So for my diplomatic history course, my students had a group project which was to find caricature maps and make posters for them to be collected in one place in the university for exhibition. Unfortunately, we can't do that, so the posters are all over the place, but I'd like to show out their poster. This one was done by Melis Banu Ozdemir, Seda Isikhan, and Enes Koray Esser, and it's a Nouvelle Carte d'Europe. It's a pretty cool map, so they had to find caricature maps on the internet, and they had to essentially write up the history of what's going on the map. So over here you can see the write-up. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. This map is done by Ezgi Yurturduru and Gülsu Bartan and Sama Yazıcı. It's also an interesting map. It's different from the other ones because it doesn't actually use military caricatures. Instead, it has poets and authors, which is very interesting, very different. And you can see the reading here. Okay. This one is also interesting and different. Pretty cute map. Pretty cute map. Another poster here. This was done by Julite Cansu Atik, Ezgi Çukur, and Cansu Irgor. This is a classical comic map of Europe. It is based on the period after the unification of Germany. It's a pretty fun map. Again, we've got a lot of information covered. Over here we got another map. They put it in the elevator. It's called Hark, Hark, the dogs do bark. And it's, I think, about 1915. It's a pretty cool caricature map, a very nice poster. This one was done by students who forgot to put their names on the poster. Problematic. You can read up the caricature story over here. Okay. These students forgot to put their names. Here we got one of the classical serial comic maps. This one was done by Moldil Karim, Dilara Oyal, Deniz Kilinç, and Iren Turan. I really like the way they did the write-up here. It's like a small booklet. It's pretty fun. The map is a classical map done during the Russo-Turkish War in Britain. It's a pretty anti-Russian map, but it's really cool. It's really well done. Okay, so here we got a map based on meta story based on World War I. This is from Scott Westerfeld's Leviathan novels. This is done by Aleyana Atesh, Dicperet Ilgaz, and Göksel Mert Kerimoglu, and it's, you know, attempt to get the spirit of those caricature maps for an alternative telling of history in Europe. It's a pretty good map. And you know, the students made sure to explain what's going on here, you know, how it's different, and then they talked about the various characterizations. Okay, it's a pretty cool idea. different than the other ones. Here we have another caricature map. This part by Nahid Sorgüven, Meşir Gün, and Ergul Kamachi. It's a 1915 caricature map. It's a German one. It's a pretty cool one. It actually has the characters speaking in German. Again, the students wrote an explanatory note about what is going on. It's pretty fun. This is a cool one. Okay, Europe in the 1900s. This was done by Beste Çeherli, Izinçu Açar, and Murat Kafkas. It's a pretty cool map, okay, of the Europe in the 1900s. It has the Kaiser Wilhelm they have here is pretty fun. Austria-Hungary is pretty interesting here, but I don't understand why it's doing that like that. It has some political, it has some reference here on the map itself, while the students wrote about it. It's a really cool map. Pretty good, pretty interesting. Here we have a Cold War era caricature map. This is done by Irem Uzgul, Mina Merveselvi, Mehmet Ali Iseri. It's quite interesting to see caricature maps used even in this late era. It's a pity that people stopped doing caricature maps. I don't know why. Because it wasn't politically correct anymore, or maybe the World War II called the fun out of politics. It's a pretty nice work. Chose to present it in an interesting way.